going on, boys and girls? Sergeant Ty here, or shall we say Sergeant Poopy. Alright, so first things first, the reason I'm talking so fast and going to rush through this quickly as I can is I'm smoking meat for the first time. I've never actually done it, so we're going to see how well this turns out. So I don't want to screw it up. Anyways, big requested thing about this video is gear. What gear should I put on my people? Well, to put it simply, it depends on their skills. So, like, for instance, Matthew. He's weapon damage on the first one, damage mitigation on the second, third is gathering, fourth is pretty much damage, which is still, again, weapon damage, but that's actually kind of a last for 3 turns. Now, if we go over to, like, Kin, he has weapon damage, he's got weapon damage, he's got damage for assaults, siege assaults, and then an extra weapon damage. So what are you going to want for weapon damage? Well, that's actually going to be a Reaper gear. Reaper gear is your best thing for weapon damage. Now, that works for these guys, and it works for most people. If you go to, like, Lund, for instance, he's tactical damage, he's damage mitigation, he's got HP, which includes himself, and then this one that is damage, pretty much weapon damage for 2 rounds. Now, Lund, for instance, being a tank and a tough wall, he's going to be front row. He doesn't hit that hard. I don't care if you have all of this maxed out with the best possible gear, he doesn't hit very hard. That belly is actually really strong. He's got like a steel chest piece or a bunch of what's that called? Bulletproof vest stuff in there. Kevlar. There we go. So you don't actually want him for damage. You want him to take damage and take it like a champ. So what are you going to want for that? You want Castle Gear. Castle Gear is the way to go with that. That's 5% damage mitigation for 2 pieces. 4 pieces is 30% chance to block 50% of damage. So it's kind of the best gear that you're going to get for frontline people. Now, that's most frontline people. I'm going to talk about specific gear in just a second. Like I brought up before, Harmon. He's got a very special thing because he has a shield that he gives out to people and to himself. He's got tactical attack. He's got a bunch of damage mitigation. He's got more damage mitigation. And he's got additional attack damage that he can, for his shield. And then there's more damage mitigation. Are you wrong to put Castle Gear on him? No. However, he will still take a bunch of damage and he won't heal as much. But if you put on Hurricane damage, which is tactical damage bonuses, then his shield does more. And that shield, from my experience, actually turns into health. So if you're using him on multiple battles back to back to back to back to back, like for instance Mutant Zombies 5, that shield turns into health on round 2 or round 3 or round 4. Now, I'm going to do some more research on that, but that's from what I found out. Now, here's something that, let's see if I can find 2 pieces real quick. Okay, so this is probably the best way. This is on Matthew's gear versus Irma's gear. Now, look at this. The strength is exactly the same. They're both level 15. However, you see how the CP is just a little bit higher on this one than this one? Look at the way this breaks down. Still 10% critical. We got weapon attack of 8.1%. Strength percentage 2.7%. But look at this. Weapon attack 4% versus strength, which is 3%. So this one's going to go for damage versus this one's going to go for more blocking. Now, there's only minute changes or differences in that kind of gear. So let's take a look at this one. One's purple, one is not. So let me find another 2 pieces that work. Okay, here's another one. This is Irma's gear versus Enrique's gear. Agility is the same at 35. Vitality is the same at 23. Defense is an 8.1%, vitality percentage 2.7%. However, this gets a base vitality of plus 10. That's before the percentages get put into there. versus tactical defense, which is 4%, which just adds to all the other percentages that are put together. And then the numbers go into the percentages and you get your actual number. But this one, for instance, you see how the CP's higher again on that one versus this one. They're both level 15. They're both purple. They're both mech armor. They're both castle gear. However, the vitality plus 10% means Enrique is going to be able to take more damage than Irma. Now, just small differences like that can actually play a huge factor in who wins and who loses. So like this one, 703, 703, exact same stats across the board. Let me see if I can find one more for you guys. Okay, this is I have Max in the background with Blanche's gear as comparison. So, Max's gear, agility is the same at 35, vitality is the same at 23, defense is 8.1%, vitality percentage is 2.8%. However, look at this. Blanche's gear, weapon damage mitigation, plus 4%, which means she can take more damage, versus this one, which is a vitality percentage of plus 3%. Little things like that. Number 15 is a big one. I don't have any level 20 gear to kind of show you. Best I got is 19 over here on Matthew. So I don't know what level 20 is. Unfortunately, those superchargers are a nightmare to get. So when I finally get 10 more of those, I will let you know how good that is comparison to a level 15 one. So I hope this helps kind of guide you towards what you want to do with your gear. Let's pull up someone random. Let's pull up Benson, for instance. Weapon damage, right there. Second skill, weapon damage. Third skill, damage bonuses for all Minutemen, not including himself. Weapon damage on the fifth or the fourth skill, weapon damage bonus, and a damage mitigation on the fifth skill. So, what do you want for weapon damage? Well, you're gonna want Reaper gear. If you do not have Reaper gear, that's perfectly okay. So let's say I only have 2 Reaper gear stuff. So let me put on 2 Reapers, but I don't have any Reapers here, which actually, obviously I do, but let's say I don't for the lulz. What you're going to want to get on is death gear. Because if you get 2 pieces of death gear on, boom, you got weapon damage, percentage plus, and you get an attack plus 6%, which is more or less, you're going to get an 11% bonus to this person on his damages. That's what you want. You want 2 pieces of one type. But if you have a full Reaper gear set, that is the way I would say to go with this thing. So let's pull up one more. Oh, where's a good... I don't really think I have any more Reaper gear stuff. Is this stuff Reaper? Yeah, that's a Reaper. So even a blue one in the mix of 3 purples, he still gets the double Reaper bonus. And that is something you definitely want. I'm going to remove all this stuff because I'll forget about it and be like, where is that gear? But it doesn't matter which person you go to. We can go with the new girl, Kelly, which I don't recommend you even attempting to go down this line. Her damages, just across the board, is not very good, at least initially. I'm going to still do some more testing and stuff. And I am curious if anybody knows, I'm not trying to look at her butt here, what is the initiative? Plus 2.5% initiative for this hero. Does that mean they start with an extra 2.5% closer to their special attack? Or does that mean on every attack they get an extra 2.5% towards that bonus attack or their special attack? Put the comments down below what that might be. I've done a little bit of research and I've got mixed results. So if you know for a fact what it is, definitely let me know. So like her third skill, damage bonus for all allied heroes, which means not her, but everyone around her. Plus an extra weapon damage for number 4. And then this one is going to be increases the damage on the target by this round for 8%, which means you're going to either want Reaper gear or, again, you're going to want death gear for her because it's all weapon damage stuff. And that kind of goes for everybody. Like, technically, if you wanted to, like, Coleman should be front line. But if you need him for damage, so be it. Set them up for damage, but I don't recommend it. I would keep castle gear on your frontline guys, except the rare few, like Harmon here, who has that tactical attack with the shield. And that kind of goes the same thing with Enrique here. It's based off the weapon attack for his shield. So you could actually get away with hurricane gear inside here, so that way he gets that bonus. Tactical, well, no, correction. He needs Reaper gear in here for the weapon damage bonus, or death gear for that bonus, so he can actually get a better shield on himself. But that's going to take away from his damage mitigation. So it's kind of a toss around to figure out what you want. Personally, I have found that Harmon has done absolutely fantastic, and I've seen huge number changes in a positive by switching his gear from castle to hurricane stuff because of his shield. So that's something to definitely think about. But look at those tiny little bonuses here in the difference of all of these. I've seen them where the 3rd, 4th, and 5th perk is different. Now, I can't find any right now, but I have seen them. So definitely keep an eye out. So like right here, nope, it's exactly the same. So just kind of keep an eye out, look at it, see what you can find, play around with the armor. Remember, if you go against level 23 zombies, it's actually kind of right in the middle between 23 and level 24 zombies, is one wave of an MZ5. If your crew can handle 5 of the 24s, you can handle a mutant zombie number 5 by your lonesome. So that's definitely some way you can actually check to see if your crew's doing any better. So if you guys liked the video, do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Sorry it's so short, but it's short, sweet, to the point, and I got a lot of knowledge out to you guys, hopefully, and I didn't just sound like a complete idiot. Anyways, catch y'all next time. Bye for now.